Hi, I'm Donna Barnes, author of Giving Up Junk Food Relationships. And in this clip, I want to talk to you about managing your expectations in relationships. Because unfortunately, I think failed expectations are at the root of an awful lot of cause for problems. So what I mean by that is that if you start romanticizing a relationship or really running ahead with things or actually just having even demands on how something should be, but you haven't communicated them with your partner, then you really can't expect them to meet those demands or to fulfill those desires of yours because they have no idea what they are. And you have no right to get angry with them if they didn't do something and they didn't know that you wanted to. So let's back up for a minute. When you first start dating somebody, I think it's really important to keep in the present with what's actually going on between the two of you at that time, so that you don't get yourself all worked up and frustrated and angry and then possibly even break up with somebody who might have been a really good choice for you. And I have a client who's dating a guy, and he's going away for the weekend, and she called me all upset because he didn't invite her to go. But they haven't even slept together yet, and they've only been briefly dating. So I really pointed it out to her. So it's what made me think to make this video, that it was her expectations that were causing her the anxiety and really not anything that he was doing. And that for the place that their relationship is at, it wouldn't really be appropriate for him to take her away. So now, granted, she'd like to go away, so I encouraged her to then share that with him and say, hey, I'd love to plan a weekend together, or, really express her desire so that he knows, and then has an opportunity to fulfill that expectation of hers and her not be upset about it. When you start feeling really frustrated or disappointed or angry with the person that you're dating or your partner or who you're married to, whoever it is you're in a relationship with, push the pause button. Just stop and reevaluate what's really happening and what their behavior is truly telling you. And ask yourself what it is that you're hoping for and if that is realistic. Check to make sure what your expectations are and if they're valid before you go flying off the handle or yelling at them or pouting or ignoring them or whatever mechanism you use, defense mechanism, to express when your needs weren't met. So I think, and as with anything, if you need something, you need to express that so your partner is capable of fulfilling that need. And they might not. They might share with you that they can't fulfill that need, but you don't know unless you ask. And they don't know unless you ask. So you have to ask. And mostly what I'm trying to say here is that if your partner isn't doing something that you wanted, check your expectation. Really evaluate the reality of where the relationship is, not where you want it to be, but where it actually is. And evaluate the behavior based on where the relationship actually is. And I think frequently you'll find that maybe that can diffuse your frustration or disappointment or anger if you really take a step back and look at the reality of where the relationship is. I'm Donna Barnes, author of Giving Up Junk Food Relationships.